and you know you're not dreaming. Let me ask all of you one simple question. You idiotic Nigerians, the most hopeless, useless people on the face of this earth. Who started carrying AK-47 in Nigeria? Who are the people that started carrying AK-47 in Nigeria? They are not the police or the army or navy. Who are they? Answer my question. Who are the people that started carrying AK-47 in broad daylight? If you go to YouTube and Google it, Nnamdi Kanu at Izu River. How many years ago was that? I want to ask all of you now shouting, hey, they have militia, they're forming militia. I want to ask you, who were the first people to have a militia in Nigeria? Miyetti Allah. Were they arrested? They said that if you see anybody with AK-47, shoot that person. How many Fulani terrorists have they shot since last week or 2 weeks ago? I feel, and I keep asking, people say I shouldn't say it, but I have to, honestly. In my next life, I cannot be a black man. I cannot come close to Africa. I'm telling you the truth. Your stupidity is second to none. Your stupidity is second to none. God is my second to none. I have never seen a bunch of more idiotic people on this earth. Today they're shouting. Because now that we have what they have, they are angry and they're shouting. And all of you are idiotically towing their line and their narrative. Because you're a Nigerian. And by nature, you are very foolish. Especially those of us from the South. Very, very foolish. I'm telling you. Very more than foolish. You see how the Fulanis are organizing themselves. All their governors, they are in tandem. Everybody knows their job. Their job is to conquer every ethnic nationality. That is their job. And they are singing from the same hymn sheet. All of them, from Atiku Abubakar to the last person, claiming he or she is a moderate. They know what they're doing. And all of you, as always, from the South, you're shouting, you're one Nigeria. And I'm thinking, what sort of school did some of you go to? Miyetti Allah finally accepts that their so-called headers are bandits terrorizing Nigeria. Miyetti Allah. Why did they accept? Because of the consistency you find here on this platform on Radio Biafra. Because of the consistency of the indigenous, no other person, no other group. I'm telling you, and of course they know it. Nigeria, that Nigerians, those that we are saved, the few people that we have managed to save so far, across ethnic divide, is because of this platform, Radio Biafra, and what IPOB has been doing. When we are screaming and shouting that they will take you over, this, you're dreaming, it cannot happen. We're in the 21st century. What is happening today? It was because IPOB punctured their plan. That is why they're incensed. That was why they came to kill me. That was why they killed 28 people in my compound. That is the reason why my parents are dead. That is the reason why my relatives, those who suffered the trauma, some of them are still dying till today. I have an announcement to make later on. Because IPOB discovered their plan and destroyed it 2 years in advance. That's why they're upset. That's why they're angry with us. That's why they say proscribe. When they write proscribe IPOB, even the Yoruba journalist in Lagos writing proscribe, the idiot knows very well that Miyetti Allah are the real terrorists in Nigeria. You know, in those days in Aba, when we see as children, we used to observe people were shouting, hey, Tifo, Onyoshi. They want to stone or kill that very person. They want to met out the kind of a mob justice against this individual. The individual will turn around and start, I will now join the mob to be shouting, Tifo, catch him, catch him. So you don't know who is the thief anymore. That was the game, the clever game that Fulani Janjaweed played on all of you. Once you rise up to point them out for who they are, they say, no, he's Christopher Fulani, kill him. And all of you from the South, as idiotic as you always have been, because had Azikiwe and Awolowo got their acts together, this nonsense won't be happening. The same idiocy then is now, of course, we've destroyed it. It's no longer happening. Do you understand? Are you now beginning to see why I told you that tonight's program is like no other? You know me, I don't take prisoners. I don't give a damn. I don't give a toss what you think, what you might gossip about tomorrow. That is your useless business. It's not mine. You know, I don't give a damn. I don't care. Who are the bandits terrorism people? Miet Yara have been telling you from day one. Today they opened their mouth to say we are the terrorists in Nigeria. And on the same day that Miet Yara is saying we are the terrorists, that same day that the army is saying we are going to the south to bomb everybody, to kill everybody. Not to bomb Miet Yara or to arrest them. No. I said by their own admission, from their own mouth. I'll read it for you. It's news from the zoo. Do you see why we formed ESN? Eastern Security Network. It is because of ESN. That is why you have not been colonized. You can see what they're doing here. Do you know that Yoruba people are refugees in Benin Republic? It seems some of you don't even know what is going on. Out of shame, some Yoruba people don't want to carry it. Out of shame. Because if they carry it, they will say that this is a fulfillment of the prophecy carried out by Nnamdi Kanu many years ago. I told them, you will suffer. You will suffer. You will suffer it. The same thing we suffered in Biafra, you will suffer it. Get your acts together. Do you know there are Yoruba people in Benin Republic as refugees in refugee camps? And they are busy, they are idiotic editors in Lagos writing prescribed. Whereas his relatives are in Benin Republic as refugees. Who sent them there as refugees? The same person that is telling him, oh, please call IPOB proscribed. The same idiot telling him to, and he write it, is the same person responsible for sending his family on should I say, into refugee camp in Benin Republic. But the editor of maybe Punch or all these idiotic papers in the West, they went to school. They're intellectuals. You know, the version of intellectualism in Nigeria, sometimes I wonder, seriously, I'm perplexed. You're a journalist and you went to school. And you're an intellectual, yes. Somebody from Abuja, Fulani Janjawood, will call you and say, I saw your report yesterday. You did not say that Nnamdi Kanu is a fugitive, that IPOB is proscribed. Why? You say, okay, sir, all correct. Fulani will rule forever, sir. Yeah, no problem. Okay, your money is on the way. You get a lot soon. A lot of 4,600 naira. And then that same phone you're using to answer a call from a Janjaweed from Abuja, you get a call from your village to tell you that your mother has been killed, your uncle killed. Your relatives have now fled to Benin Republic as refugees. And you're an editor in Lagos, Punch newspaper, writing proscribed. Whereas the same people have now proscribed your village. And you are now in Benin Republic. Who is the fool? I feel sorry for these people. 4,600 naira a lot. Oh, can't you see? I called them proscribed yesterday. Can't you see? I said that Nnamdi Kanu is a fugitive. Didn't you see me? Fulani is just playing ping pong with her. You people are fools beyond fools. I'm telling you the truth. People are idiotic. Idiotic beyond idiocy. Useless Nigerians. Animals thinking that, assuming they're human, you people are not human beings. You can't reason very well. No bunch of human beings can reason the way you do. Nobody challenge you, nobody on this earth. Embodiment of stupidity. Let me tell you the news in Nigeria. You know, if you're dreaming and you hear this type of news, you say, yeah, it's a dream. I shouldn't be bothered. But it's reality. The fourth largest and most deadly, in fact, now number 3 in the world, Fulani terrorists. They are the people that started bearing AK-47 in open broad daylight with the help of the army and the police. Now, ask yourself this question. A Fulani pastoralist, as they call themselves, who gave you the gun you're carrying? You know, Nigerians are very foolish. They don't ask simple questions that they cannot ask. This gun you're carrying, you've been carrying this gun since the year 2013. Who gave it to you? You claim you don't have money. Even if you sell one cattle for 150,000 naira, where did you buy this gun from? That is the simple questions that Nigerians are not able to ask themselves. Now you understand it? Do you see why they want us killed? Do you see why they want me dead? Do you see why they demonized IPOB and Biafrans? This is the truth they don't want you to hear. It's a simple question I'm asking the Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Naval Staff, Chief of Air Force, Chief of Asorok, Chief of Gombe, all these idiots. I'm asking you, where did an ordinary poverty-stricken Fulani pastoralist get AK-47 from? A very uncomfortable question. By the time, even if you begin to ponder this question over and over, by the time you begin to provide answers, it leads back to Fulani government in Asorok. Fulani soldiers commanding a 32 battalion artillery. It goes back to Fulani police commissioner. They're all in it together. All in it together, all of them. One accord, they know what they're doing. You see, intellectual, you're talking rubbish. Speaking grammar, they don't understand. Whereas Fulani is in their forest. I warned my Yoruba brethren, stop supporting Fulani. They said, no, you're a rebel rouser. You're hitting up the polity. You're a rebel. You're a the action is treasonous. The grammar, treasonous. But now there are Yoruba people in Benin Republic as refugees. Who gave them this new refugee status? Is it IPOB? Or is it the same people that IPOB has been warning you over the years about? Now, who is the fool? Who is the idiot in the house? These are the things that Nigerians don't sit down for 1 second to ponder. Just think about it for a minute. Who sent Yoruba people to Benin Republic as refugees? Who? Those people are the real terrorists, isn't it? Let me read it for you. The umbrella body of headsmen in Nigeria, the Miyetti Allah, Kotal, Ohore, whatever that means, or horror, I should say, says headers are facing so many challenges from hostile host communities, including vigilante groups and other criminal elements who rustle cows in the country. Now listen. The group said some displaced herders in the country who were dispossessed of their cows end up becoming bandits. You see how they're trying to justify it? You know the way that Britain tried to justify the slaughter of 5 million Biafrans. The one idiot the other day, is it Doyin Okupe, one fool like that, made the same mistake of saying what Britain had in store for us. Because you killed Sadwana of Sokoto, they said. Who killed Sadwana of Sokoto? His name is Chukwuma Nzogu. And where is he from? He's from Panama. In a place you call Delta State. In a place you say is not Southeast, it's not Igbo. They are Deltans. Look at how they're playing. I told you they're playing ping pong with your brain. Somebody you claim is not Igbo killed Sadwana of Sokoto. You said Igbos killed him because of that. Let us kill Igbo people. When I go to Panama and I say, Panama people are my people, you say, no, they're not. They're Delta. Don't come here. They're Niger Delta. But the is responsible for the punishment that you're now giving out to all Igbo people, all Biafran people, by extension. He's not an Igbo man, according to you. You said Nzogu is from Delta. He's not, he's the Niger Delta. As useless Wike is. And now you are killing Igbo people because of a Niger Delta person. Yet they're not supposed to be together. And we accept all the Zoo. God have mercy. I'm just trying to point out how foolish a Nigerian is. That's what I'm trying to do. Nigeria is the most idiotic thing on the face of this earth. Somebody's from you claim he's Delta. He's a Niger. Don't come here. We are Niger Delta, so don't come here. But Doyin Okupe is saying that Igbos are suffering because they killed Sadwana. And who killed Sadwana? Chukumanzo, from where? From Niger Delta. And you're telling me that we are okay. No, seriously, no. Jokes apart, are we normal? People that listen this way, are we okay? He's not an Igbo man. But when you want to kill Igbo, he becomes an Igbo man. He said that the bandits terrorizing you, those that took Leah Shuaibu, because everybody's now doing everything under Boko Haram, which of course is a lie. It's not Boko Haram. These are Fulani bandits sponsored by Fulani governors and politicians. And when you want to, they say, look, our unity is in danger. Go to our unity. You know, when you want to, in those days when we're very small, if you want to, let's say you're there, because people wonder why we say everybody's our brother and why we have this camaraderie in us. Because as children, our parents, so to speak, or guardians will put a sauce in one pot. We eat from one plate, all of us, from one. People think it's a sign of poverty. No, it is bonding beyond bonding. You know, when let's say there are 4 of you eating this oha soup or bitter leaf or vegetable soup, and the meat, as you're eating, you know, I never knew the fingers can be so sensitive. As you're eating, the middle long finger is checking where there's obstacle. Any obstacle is either fish or meat. You know that for sure. Let's say you check it and it's only 2, and there are 4 of you, and you want to eat the meat. Everybody who grew up in the village will identify what I'm telling you now. You will tell them, oh, can you see that cockroach on the wall? As they all look towards the wall, you take the meat and put it in your mouth. You reduce the number of the meat or the piece of meat in the pot to 1, from 2 to 1. You quickly chew it and you swallow it. The reason why you were able to do that was because you distracted the attention by pointing them to something that caught their interest. And as they looked towards that very place, you now managed to take the meat. And you saw every boy in the village acts now. They're all over the world. They know what I'm telling you. They know it. Now, let me tell you how it happens. Because I want to tell you how stupid Nigerians are. That's what I'm doing. No, nothing more. Do you know how foolish Nigerians are? Fulani brought AK-47 into Nigeria, gave it to the bandits. Here it is, Fulani opened their mouth to say, those who are doing banditry are Fulani cattle raiders. Understand this very clearly. Now, in order to stop us from getting together to challenge them, anything you do becomes treasonable felony. That's the trick. It's a very clever trick. So anything is Nigeria is breaking our unity, our founding fathers, they keep pointing you to unity of Nigeria, and being the idiot that you are, as you're looking at unity of Nigeria, they are busy in your forest kidnapping, raping, pillaging, destroying. It's a very simple, it's a very simple trick. They occupy you with that thing as American ambassador came with her diversity in diversity rubbish. That is strength in diversity. We are telling you that Leah Shuaibu is in captivity. Second child now. We are telling that Fulani is in my forest. They're telling me about unity in diversity. In Anuka story. Fulani, they are raping my mothers in Eleme. They are killing them. We are an idiot easy who claims he's not Igbo, he's a Niger Delta. One idiot serving Fulani. Are you listening? Our mothers are being raped. Our land is being destroyed. Invaders, they claim from Futajalo, invaders from Mali are in my village, raping and killing our women. When I rise up to challenge them, you tell me, remember the unity of Nigeria, one Nigeria, nobody should, you're hitting up the polity. Hey. And some of you bought into that nonsense. Because you're foolish. As a Nigerian, you're an idiot. You have no brain. I challenge you to an open debate. Come, I travel all over the world. Come out and debate me. Shoyinka never uttered a word against Fulani bandits until their cattle ate his cabbage and carrot. Until they ate his cabbage and carrot in his farm. Now he started speaking up. Typical black people. That is the way we are. Typical, very typical. But we are changing that mindset and mentality. That is our job. And we're going to, the time now is 3 minutes past 8 p.m. in the land of Biafra. That's how you know we are live. Anywhere you are, if you look at your timepiece right now, it is 3 minutes past the top of the hour. Imagine if they had succeeded in killing me. Can you imagine that? How will this gospel be preached? That is why I owe my life to Elohim and to gallant men of the volunteer command of IPOB. They said I have to leave because you have to preach this gospel that the world may hear it. If not, by now I'll be a dead man. And all of you in Nigeria, being as idiotic and useless as you are, by now you would have forgotten. You people is the principal reason why I believe that black people are mentally defective. We are not sound mentally. You may cry and curse and complain. In the next 6 months, you come back and tell me, oh, but you're right, oh. Nigeria is the reason why I believe that the black race is cursed. Because the bundle of stupidity in the brain of somebody who calls him or herself a Nigerian is enough to convince me that black people are useless. Children are listening, and I want parents are going to answer difficult questions tonight after this program. Your children will ask you, but daddy or mommy, what are you doing? What did this little girl do that is being held in captivity now for nearly 3 years? What's her crime? What will you tell your child? It's the crime of Leah Shwaibu. What did she do wrong? What crime did Leah Shwaibu commit? Her only crime is to be born a Nigerian. That's her only crime in life. And those responsible for her plight are the ones telling you, don't break Nigeria, because they know if you break Nigeria, Fulani will have no hope.